Hello, sorry, got cut off just now. So, continue from where we were just now. Yeah, these are the total international booking channels total international booking channels lah. So Ctrip is the one that is mainly used by China. They don't use Traveloka or Expedia. So Japan, they also have their own, so it covers most of it here. So if you leverage on their marketing channels on their plan, it's even better because they have higher exposure as compared to you managing the property yourself, because in order for you to penetrate so much, the cost is actually quite high. And this one helps you to boost up the occupancy rate. So generally in KLCC, the occupancy rate is about 70%, so it's about 21 days per month, right? So because it's actually a first tier location and there's a lot of tourists, expats here. So what we're going to do here is through these 52 booking channels, we are actually going in and we are also collaborating with travel agencies. And then we have 20% of buffer space. What we're going to do here is we are going to leave some for empty lots just in case there is walk-in, and also we will collaborate with MNC companies to sign a corporate rate with them, right? So for the ROI calculation, it works like that. For 450 square feet per night, we're going to charge at 320 ringgit per night. And what we're going to do is we look at the occupancy day. For example, that month there is 20 days, so we're going to use 320 times 20, and then we will divide we were going to minus the sum of the costs. So when you get your net profit, the first 5,000 will be divided based on 80-20 net profit sharing. 80% goes to you, 20% goes to the operator Mikey. And thereafter is going to be divided based on 60-40. 60% goes to you, 40% goes to the operator. For 550 square feet, the larger unit one is actually sold off already, so their tiering is a bit different. Now, the reason why they separate second tiering here, because it's an win-win situation. In order for Mikey to get a bigger portion of a profit, they will have to push up the occupancy rate so that the net profit will goes into the second tiering. So it's a good thing. Yeah, so this actually says 320 for 450 square feet, and we are boosting up through marketing efforts. Right? So this is an illustration of calculation. Now, I took a unit of 29 here, and the SPA price is this one. Net price is 600 over 1,000. Room rate 320. Occupancy days is 25, let's say. So that will make up to 8,000 ringgit of revenue. And there is some shared cost also. The shared cost here including the cleaning, the miscellaneous charges, and especially if there are damage in terms of your aircon or your fridge. Now, these are some good point, because if you buy any property outside, and if there's anything that require you to repair, you will have to bear the cost all by yourself. But the concept of this building is actually profit and cost sharing. That means what they will do is if your aircon is spoiled, the entire building owner under Mikey will help you to bear the cost. So it minimizes the cost itself. Now, based on the research here, what we have done by experienced team is the cost per day is actually 60 ringgit. So 60 times 25 is 1,005. So if I minus off, your net profit is 6,005. So how they calculate is first 5,000 times 80%, 4,000 ringgit, your first tier of income. The balance of 1,005 times 60%, that's your 60%, that's your second tier of income. So your total income will be 4,009, and that makes up to ROI of 8%, which is pretty high. Now remember that this is a commercial loan. The loan goes up to 85%, and your tenure is 25 years based on interest 4.5. Your monthly installment is 3,006. Now if you look using a short-term rental or hotel business plan, your income can actually potentially exceed your monthly installment. But just take note that your income here will be given to you 3 months once, quarterly. Yeah? Okay. So these are also some illustration if it's 18 days, 21 days, 25 days, or 30 days. So I'll leave it to you to read in the presentation document. Yeah. Okay. So this is the larger unit one. Yep. So ROI all in all, minimum you get about 6%. So nowadays, if you use a traditional method to rent out a property, it's hard to cover the monthly installment. The good ones, if you get a 4% ROI, is considered quite standard. So by leveraging on the first tier location, the location is really good, and then the concept, the marketing exposure, and also the building, the facilities, the 5-star rated and the luxury concept, and also the reputation of the developer, the past track record is really good. You're able to achieve a higher ROI. Another concept that I want to share with you is revenue sharing and profit sharing. So what happens is that your profit is not going to be calculated based on one unit only. So let's say you buy this unit and I buy this unit. Your occupancy rate is 18 days that month and my occupancy is 30 days that month, so I will be getting more profit, right? So that is not how it works. What they're going to do is actually they're going to pool the entire profit of the entire building, all the units under my key, and then they divide equally to all owners. So in that way it minimizes further, even lower down your risk in terms of real estate investment, property investment. You can actually leverage on each other's high occupancy days or months, sorry. Here are some research that I leave it to you, because the entire concept actually leverage a lot on travel and tourism industry. So if you look at Malaysia, we are actually ranking number 26 in the world, which is actually pretty good. And according to statistics, some tourism report, actually the amount of tourists that come into Malaysia and KL is actually increasing, and we're going to predict that it's going to increase more because there are many development and there are also more confidence in terms of our government and so on. Yeah, as you can see here, it's going to be increasing, right? Okay, so if you look at 320 per night, it's actually not a lot, because if you look at the statistic from tourism industry, expats and tourists, when they come in and come to Malaysia, KL itself, this is their average spending per night for accommodation. So 320 is actually nothing for them. Yeah, maybe for some of us we will not normally stay, but there are also people who are willing to pay for the quality and the facilities. But for expats, tourism, tourists, no problem at all. So if you convert to their currency, actually it's very reasonable. And this is a data that we actually paid to pull out. STR Global actually manage hotel data. If you look at Malaysia itself, the occupancy rate is 67.8, and Kuala Lumpur itself is 71.9 per month. So that makes up to 70% per month, matching with what we calculated just now, about 20 days per month. Yeah. So these are some statistics that I'll leave it to you. The hotel rate here are also quite high. As you can see nearby here, the good ones can go up to 649 and 749 per night, and occupancy rate is high, very, very high. And it can go up to fully booked sometimes, and this is only about 431 square feet, about the same size. Some other hotel nearby. So another one that I want to point out is the Face Suites. The Face Suites is also an apartment that is running like a short term. This one is also going at 508, and it can go up to 1,000 ringgit sometimes. And remember, this Face Suites is actually further away from KLCC, quite far away actually, and yet they can achieve high occupancy rate with this rating. Yeah, I'll leave it to you to take a look. So regarding a renovation package, 450 square feet is 28,000. You need to separately pay, because the good thing is actually when you buy any property, you will have to spend anyway a separate reno fees. But what they will cover is professionally ID design with 3 different teams: luxury team, oriental team, and industrial team. And the thing is, you don't have to pay 28,000 at all at once, because you just pay deposit 3,000 when you decide to join. So you can either pay together when you sign the S&P agreement, or you pay a few months later. The balance you pay 6 months before collection of keys in 2022. Okay, and this is some an example of the luxury design. Exim has very good past track record. I'll leave it to you to have a look. There it goes. I hope it helps you some of the concept of this property. So yeah, we have a very very strong track record.